Welcome to episode 7 of 3 Sheets. It's still weird. It's still going on. We're still here. Let's keep going. Let's go through some more books. Sheet 1, Lemonheads, It's a Shame About Ray. In the 1990s, this is pre-everything, pre-MP3, pre-streaming, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of these records, we would kind of collect almost like they were baseball cards. So you'd go to a friend's house and they'd have a band you never heard of, or maybe you had, but you'd never actually seen the artwork and booklet for the CD in person. That's definitely what happened to me a lot in the 90s. Bands like Sonic Youth, bands like the Lemonheads, tons of different bands in the grunge era. Because grunge was so new, it really didn't matter where anybody came from or what their history was, how many records they put out before, whether they had any hit singles. It all kind of happened all at once. And the Lemonheads were definitely one of those bands. I'm going to play through a couple of the tunes, and it opens up with...
Her if he could have. The story's getting closer to the end. He kinda shoulda, sorta woulda loved her if he could have. He'd rather be alone than pretend. She just wanted him to love her, but he didn't. He took to the woods and wandered in it. Walked along and on till they couldn't. Stole himself to tell her that he wouldn't. He kinda shoulda, sorta woulda loved her if he could've. The story's getting closer to the end. He kinda shoulda, sorta woulda loved her if he could've. He'd rather be alone than pretend.
That song is Confetti. A lot of this record sounds very much like the 90s, and I think I talked about it on the last episode, how I think a lot of 90s music sounds very dated, and so it could be a little off-putting, especially like the rock music. This tune, it actually kind of has an Elliott Smith feel to me. Later on in Elliott Smith's career, he did more electric music. The arrangement here on the record is like acoustic and electric at the same time, but I actually like Evan Dando's delivery on the record of this. This is one of my favorite songs from this record. This song is special to me and my bride. This is one of the only songs, other than Elvis Costello's Allison, this is another song that has Allison in the title. It's Allison Starting to Happen. And I actually like the vibe and mood of this song a lot better than Elvis Costello's, which is a little hokey at this point. It's not actually that fun to play either, but this song is a lot better. So, for Allison... She'd shake it up, was hard to make out, now it's plain to see. I couldn't cook to save myself, found my life a recipe. I never looked at her this way before, but now she's all I see. Allison's starting to happen, Allison's starting to happen, Allison's starting to happen to me. So that's a good one. The Lemonheads are probably most well known for this cover they did for the 25th anniversary of The Graduate. This is when it was released on VHS. They recorded the song for that. It also made an appearance in one of the great films in the canon, Wayne's World 2. See if you can recognize this song. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Whoa, God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a Sheet 2, Weezer, the Green Album. This is Weezer's comeback album. I believe this came out in 2001. Let me check. Yep, 2001. It contains one of my favorite Weezer songs, and it also contains a song that a lot of people cover that I've heard too many times now, and actually became one of my least favorite Weezer songs because of it. So we're gonna play through a couple of these. I love Weezer, and I have played in cover bands that have performed Weezer. Back at Bullwinkle's in Tallahassee, we would always try to murder the crowd at the end with Say It Ain't So by Weezer, and then we would end and get right into like something like Yellow Ledbetter by Pearl Jam, and people would just go nuts. If you have people that are incredibly intoxicated, those tunes really do it. Also Champagne Supernova by Oasis. This song, though, suffers from cover band fatigue, I think. Also, it's a song that pretty much anybody can play. So when you get a bunch of amateurs together, this song usually happens. And it also has the thing of being so recognizable. It kind of has the same quality as Seven Nation Army by White Stripes, where you've just heard it so many times. It's like the We Will Rock You of Weezer, and it's just like, it makes me nauseous to hear it. This, of course, is Hash Pipe. I can't get feelings 'cause I'm out of my mind. These places they come to get me 'cause they don't know. Whoa, come on and kick me. Whoa, come on and kick me. Whoa, come on and kick me. Whoa, you got your problems. Whoa, I got my eyes wide. You got your big G. I got my hash pipe. Yeah, not my favorite. Hashpipe, though, is followed by probably one of my favorite Weezer songs, which is Island in the Sun. And we used to play this a lot at Bullwinkle's as well, in Tallahassee. Other bars too, but mostly Bullwinkle's. This is the kind of works that became canon for us. And, you know, back in 2001, this was actually about as good as it got. 2001 was a kind of a dark period for rock music. This is when we got the advent of Nickelback, Stained, Puddle of Mud, Saliva, bands like that. Awful. Weezer actually kind of saved rock and roll a little bit. And yeah, the Strokes and Interpol were around, but not as big as Weezer. Weezer was a much bigger deal. I saw Weezer twice in the past couple of years. I guess I saw them in summer of 2018, and then early in 2019 at Madison Square Garden. And when they do Island in the Sun live now, Rivers Cuomo actually comes to like the back of the crowd and gets on a podium and plays it acoustically. Hip, hip. When you're on a holiday, you can find the words to say, all the things that come to you, and I want you to feel it too. On an island in the sun, we'll be playing and having fun, and it makes me feel so fine. I can't control my brain. Sheet 3, Coco by Colbie Caillat. This is not my favorite record or favorite artist by a long shot, and I don't even think Colbie Caillat is especially that interesting, but there was a banger smash off this record which we're just gonna go ahead and jump into. Colbie Caillat was actually born in Malibu. I don't know how much of her life she spent there, maybe all of it, but that's definitely the vibe you get on the record if you listen to the whole thing, which I guarantee most of you haven't. I have, because I bought the book for like $4. It's one vibe kind of the whole time, but it's kind of amazing that one song like really stuck out, and I almost guarantee you've heard it. So let's hear it. This song from Coco by Colbie Caillat, I don't want to say it was ubiquitous, but it kind of has been in the ether for a long time now. I heard it recently on Aquafina is Nora from Queens. Bowen Yang sings it, and I thought it was hysterical. So this is Bubbly, and you'll recognize it when the chorus comes in.
I've been awake for a while now. You got me feeling like a child now. 'Cause every time I see your bubbly face, I forget the tingles in my silly place. It starts with my toes and a crinkle my nose. Wherever it goes, I always know that you make me smile. Please stay for a while now. Just take your time wherever you go.
It's pretty ridiculous for me to sing that, but the Bowen Yang performance was really, really good. Look it up. Actually, that's a fun show too. Aquafina is Nora from Queens. If you haven't seen it, Allie and I really enjoyed it. So DVR it or on demand it or Netflix it, whatever the hell it's on. Okay. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're staying safe and sane. It's weird now because the weather's getting super nice. And when you go outside, it feels like the reason we left New York. While we were sitting here, I got the terrible news that John Prine actually died at the age of 73. He was in the hospital for coronavirus. I'm going to assume he died of coronavirus. Ellis Marsalis, who's Wynton Marsalis from Branford Marsalis' father, died recently in New Orleans at the age of 85. This is going to go on and on, I'm afraid. The best thing we can do is make the most of the present. Watch the news as much as you can stomach, but we also have to live these days. We are not promised any more days, so make the most of what we have. Live, laugh, love, learn. Find something that you're passionate about, maybe helps you pass the time. Otherwise, just watch Netflix until you've watched all of it or something. Anyways, we'll get through this, and we'll talk soon. Love you, bye.